Hey y'all. All right, I know it's quite late, but I'm a very committed person and I really wanted to show up today live as I named. As you see, it's quite dark outside. Just came back home Saturday night, and the subject that was burning in my heart right now is let it be messy. Let it be messy. And what I mean by this is that things are changing and our way of operating is totally shifting too. And you might be noticing too in your life that you are in between two worlds. You are between an old personality, an old way of operating, and a new one that you're not 100% clear on what exactly is this and what exactly is this new playground in creation. And I say this because I witnessed this in myself, but I also witnessed this in many people around. Friends, colleagues, or clients, and it's quite uncomfortable. And I'm receiving messages of like, what's happening, and how can I find my compass in all this vortex? And the truth is that we don't necessarily have all the answers. And in creation, most of the time it's like this. But I have to admit, lately it's been a higher challenge. We are really being challenged to be anchored within ourselves, because all of our reference points outside are starting to shift, and we are trying, or our mind is trying to hook to some kind of known path. But the truth is, life is really testing us, and it's asking us to dive deeper into our feminine knowing, into our feminine intuition, into following through without perfection, without it being organized or structured in a way that is going to calm our mind, but rather really use this feminine force, feminine fierceness, feminine, like I said, intuition again, and follow these breadcrumbs and intuitive hits. I'm saying this because this is actually what I've been doing. This vortex energy has been starting, for quite a while right now, but in the last weeks, it's been quite more intense. And what I've been doing is literally sit down in the morning, and even my morning discipline and practice has totally shifted, because the intuitive hits are asking me to move totally different. And I'm not going to go into the details of my morning routines besides, meditation, bioresonance work, walking, a bit of exercise, but it's chaotic. And the thing is, the old of the mind is crumbling. It's decrystallizing to let space for the new. But the new, we don't know what it is yet. And life is asking us to show up even though we don't know, even though it's not perfect, even though it doesn't look, super beautiful on an Instagram grid. I'm joking because this went through my thought. I was looking at my Instagram grid, and I was like, oh man, it looks so messy, But that's what's happening. And with the commitment and with this intuitive hit of showing up, well, this is, for example, what I'm doing. And today was a very interesting day, and it showed me once again that trusting the deeper power of prayer and allowing magic's life to also surprise you is actually the recipe for, I'm going to call it success, but beyond success, it's actually the recipe for being a creator. Like intuitively today, I just offered a ride, on our tribe group, because I really felt an intuitive hit, and it's not something that I do often. And then right away, somebody replies, and I was like, oh my gosh, I prayed for this morning, and I end up picking up these two people who end up being also life coaches and really in the industry. And the woman tells me, oh my gosh, you are the answer to one of my prayers. This morning I was crying in my shower, and I was praying that somebody would take us to this place today, and that would be aligned with, our deepest values and the depth of the consciousness that they wanted to see happen in the world and vibrate more in the world. And this is not pretension, but this is just to say that we are answers to each other's prayers. And through looking at life from these lenses of, awe and magic, curiosity, releasing filters from the mind, releasing the judgments of what we think it should look like, then we are surprised by life. And we're like, oh my gosh, life is actually offering me exactly the next step. Exactly the next step. It's not 2 steps ahead, it's not 2 steps behind, but it's really being in this magic. And I went back home today and I got stung by a scorpion, which is scorpion medicine. And I cannot tell you how much it hurt. It was so painful, and it was not the first time, but this time it stung me in a way that, I mean, it's still painful, and that was many, many hours ago, and my hand is totally numb. But this, beyond the pain, humbled me, and it injected venom in my veins, and it made me, in my heart, actually my heart beating a lot faster, since I have this this venom, you know, inside. And my son in parallel started developing some, you know, sickness symptoms. Anyway, he's not feeling so good. So everything is actually bringing me back to simplicity. And then I look at it, I look at life, and I'm like, oh wow, you're actually teaching me something. And this morning I woke up with some belly inflammation, and it's all linked, because life is actually decrystallizing everything that's in the way of addressing these important things. Yes, and I'm not going to go extrapolate too much around this, but nothing happens randomly. Nothing happens randomly. So I'm inviting you to really pay attention to how life presents itself to you. And if you find yourself wondering, you know, what the heck is happening and why is it so like non-linear, it's because we're being asked to embody the creator in us even more, and to really, really be in this unknown with less discomfort, and to show up, to lead our lives from this way, and to release the perfection. Release the perfection. We're not going to have all the answers, and now even more than ever, we're being asked to show up and to share. And like, for the ones of you who are watching, who are leaders or coaches, or who are, you know, like community leaders, really, really be in this mystery and allow it to be messy, allow it to not be fully known, and trust the intuition. Really, that's the key. Trust the intuitive hits, and you will see that everything will start taking place, and it will all make sense after. All right, I'm closing this live now. Good night, everybody. Sending so much love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.